Hello, Sound and Gloss engineers. Forgive the sound in the background. I'm still new to this editing process. This wash was on a Volvo who had sat outside for well over a month, had lots of mechanical debris, and of course, dust. Um, I had to do quite a bit of wash work using Adams Polishes product in order to get off the mechanical debris. And in the end, this car turned out pretty good. I like the result, a nice gloss
Before
to
we get
it
into the
with
actual mechanics
a
of it,
cost-effective product. Now, the mechanical debris comes from a tree that blows this little hard specks down. Now, this is only 1 day worth of speck. Imagine a month of it. It's unforgiving in your hand, it gets up into your sponge, and it scratches paint like it's nobody's business. This stuff is not fun to work with. So the use of an air blower is preferred, but sometimes you don't have that and you have to.
I don't know what it is about this hobby that attracts the swab guys. These are some dirty old swabs that got oxidized, but they're discolored. But in any case, I don't know what it is. They like their brushes and they do this. Okay, different size brush, different size brush. Dude, type A personalities, you take the fun away from this. Now, I've got some things in here that you don't have to have, but this is a basic kit from Adams. I actually won this. They were doing a giveaway. Won this. They were doing a giveaway. This basic kit comes with tire shine. Okay, you want to make your tires look glossy. A interior cleaner. You got to be able to clean off your interior surfaces. Get that coffee up. A wheel cleaner. Okay, you got your rims clean now. Of course, what kit would be incomplete without glass cleaner? I don't need glass cleaner. If you do it right, you're just wiping it off. You need a soap. Okay, car shampoo with shampoo. And that's just a basic kit. Anything that keeps me from having to do more work, I'm all about it. So this is just the basic layout, and then a cheap mitt that I got for buying so many dollars for the chemicals for free. You don't have to have the foam cannon. You definitely need a bucket. You saw my air blower in action, and that was a helpful thing for getting out some of the mechanical debris in different channels. Of course, no, headphones are not part of the kit. I listen to music or lectures. You need a nice, good, high GSM car drying towel, and then it's kind of quite necessary to have some microfiber towels and then a detail spray. But I didn't even need a detail spray for this car, so it never came out. However, I had Leno's detail spray here at the ready, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, Deutschmark for Deutschmark. There's nothing better than Leno's Garage Quick Detailer. This will work in the sun, which is an anomaly because the sun usually just wreaks havoc on chemical products. And so you left with streaks and that kind of thing, but that doesn't happen. I don't know if I'll go with the Griot's tire dressing or the tire armor for Adams. I didn't have good luck the first time I used the tire armor, and I kind of want to try it again and figure out what I did wrong. But this graphene tire dressing, it's a good product. So my recommendation, if you're going to have to buy these things, buy a mystery box. Buy 2 mystery kits, okay? You're going to start off with a real strong base of components. They sell these mystery boxes for 70 bucks. Minimum, you're going to get $120 worth of product. You might get lucky and get $200 worth of product. You will get your buckets, grit guards as well. And for a spend of about 130 bucks, no, 135 or something. Wait, no, 100, yeah, call it. We've got a dirty, dirty little car. She's so dirty. Look at that. Look at that dirt, the grime. Now, to a rookie, you might look at this and go, I don't want to touch that car. I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to scratch my paint. Yeah, it's possible. You will. Without some proper technique, you're going to mess up the car. You're not going to mess up the car permanently, but you're going to scratch the paint, which means you're going to end up to the polish stage faster than you ever want to get there. So I want to give you some tips on how to wash a very dirty car with a minimum amount of gear. I'm going to show you some upgrades that will make it easier on yourself. as well as some tips and tricks. We're going to use a combination of Adams Polishes products and a few products from other companies. The first thing that we're going to do here is assess the paint. And basically, all this stuff has got to come off. So I'm going to make a highly foam sud solution to spray on the car and then spray off. And what that's going to accomplish is get most of this mechanical debris off of the paint, as well as I've got a sprayer that will spray this stuff off the car completely, so I don't have to actually pick at it with my hands. Like this big mechanical pieces, I'll pick those off, but the sprayer with the pressure is just going to blow that away, making it much easier on me. Now, normally I'd be hitting this with some foam and let it rinse off, but I got an air gun, so work smarter, not harder. See what I mean? Stuff just blows right out. Now, it's not going to get all of the mechanical debris. Nothing you can do about that. That's what stage 2 is for. Boca Vista, stage 2. And then we're going to get it off the top. I'm trying to kill myself while I do this. Now, I could have gotten all that silliness off by hand or with just a foam cannon, which is what we're going to do next for the next phase, but that was just a whole lot faster. As you start your car wash endeavors, you're not always going to have the best equipment or the perfect equipment. You make good with what you've got. Now, I've got two Cannon's soaps. This is a foam and wash I got, and this is a mega foam. The reason for the mega foam, the foam and wash, the emphasis on foam is I want to blow this thing off with paint, make it a little bit easier, work smarter, not harder. And just in case I should channel my inner English voice, the voice I'm doing is that of Phil Sherman, who used to commentate on Tour de France races, and he would say some odd things. This is another one of those nice to have things. It's just a little chalk that goes around the wheel. Your hose doesn't get binded up in the rubber. It just moves around by that black little spinning wheel thing. Makes things faster so you don't get bound up. When you're working with a dirty car, one of the places you want to pay attention to is right up in here. And you can see it right there. Debris likes to hang out in those little corners. Then it gets caught in your sponge. You don't like that. So those are the areas you blast out. Now, we've already got them, but you have those channels here and a back hatch type area here. See these guys? I could have blown them off. All this collected right here. Bye. You're never getting on my sponge. And then channels here. It's just being mindful of the areas of the car to pre-wash and get that mechanical debris off. No fun in ruining a cheap sponge because you didn't pay attention, or a cheap washing mitt. I try to keep cheap washing mitts is that there's no protection seemingly on the car. The last protection it has was Jay Leno's Garage Radiant Ceramic, and it seems to have wiped itself off by Mother's Day when I last did this car. So yeah, I'm gonna count that back. I'll Google it up when Mother's Day was this year for 2024, and then I know it can't last this long. I need to protect it a little bit sooner. So our next step is that dwell foam. Let's see how it does. I'm working with hardly any water pressure. What happened? And I like the foam bit. I like it. Now this foam is going to carry the surface dirt down. You get a nice coating. Normally I get more pressure out of this gun, but not this time. somebody could be washing inside the house. This is one of those pre-World War II houses, or post-World War II anyway. And water pressure's finicky, very finicky. Okay, so we got the front. Now we'll get the rear, and notice I haven't bound on these wheels once. That's such a nice thing than to have to stop, unbind, and get back to what you're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and use it all. It's pretty much done. Okay, now I let it dwell. If it dries, it's not a big deal. And I have a very super shady day, so I'm gonna have maximum dwell time. Come off with the hose here. Now Adams makes their own version of a foam cannon, which I've got there brand new in the box. And then this is a Jax Wax gun portion, and then a bottle from an Auto Geek. I like this bottle because it's a stronger PET as opposed to Jax Wax, which is a PET 1. Very brittle if you drop it. Don't ask me how. Okay, I've never used this stuff before, but it's a rinse aid, and the only reason I'm using it is because I let the car dry off a little bit while I ate lunch, and I want to see if I can keep any water spots from forming on the car. And sure enough, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of hydrophobicity with the solution, and I didn't use much. And now it's all ran out. It's just about run out. Auto fiber towel that I picked up at 25% off. Yeah, see, you probably can't see it, and I'll go over with the camera better, but it's time for a serious decon on this car. But for the purposes of just getting it clean right now and getting some of that mechanical debris off, we're fine. You don't need to see me dry a car. It's boring and I'm burping.